Hello everyone, just a quick video about field stripping an AK platform. Thought it might be useful, especially for people who are shooting corrosive ammo more often. That happens less in the US nowadays, but still quite a bit in Europe, because we still have quite a lot of corrosive surplus ammo available from even old Soviet, Chinese stockpiles imported here, and that is still readily available on the market. So let's get right into it without any further time wasted. So first thing you want to do, take the magazine out. Basically with any firearm, first things first, take the magazine out, take it off safety. For the AK, this is important because you have to have it off safe in order to check the chamber, whether there's anything inside. Rack it completely to the rear, check if there's anything inside. Make sure to check the chamber itself, and also, just in case, one more time, look down to make sure there's no magazine inserted. If you're super paranoid like I am, do that once again, and then trigger, and there's no more tension, significant tension left on the system at this point. You can do this two ways. So you can leave it as is and start the disassembly process, the field strip, or you can rack it one more time, because this actually will make it easier to disassemble the gun. So press on the dust cover release button over here. It should be, depending on the AK model, well, this is a pretty old 1997 Romanian AK, which has been through thousands and thousands of rounds, different types of ammo at this point, so it's quite loose. If your AK is new, this part here will be a little more difficult, but this is what I was talking about. So at this point, if I didn't go ahead and do before removing the dust cover, if I didn't rack the charging handle once, I would have to do that right now, or after removing the recoil spring assembly over here. But let's see. Now, after racking, we have more space over here to play around. Press the same button that you had pressed before to remove the dust cover. Press that towards the charging handle, the bolt, the chamber, and then pull it upwards to remove the recoil spring. Then, this is pretty simple, the gas piston bolt assembly, you take that, pull it backwards, up, and then back one more time. So here you have the bolt just in its free-floating state over here. Turn it, pull it, and it's released. This is your bolt, the bolt face here. This is something you will have to clean pretty well if you're shooting corrosive ammo. And let me tell you, the corrosive salts, especially if you're living in a high humidity or even moderate humidity area, a couple of hours, you'll already see the effects of the corrosive salts pulling in moisture from the air. A couple of days and you will see quite a bit of pitting and corrosion. The next thing, and that will happen on the bolt face, on the gas piston over here. This is an area that really loves to rust due to the corrosive salts, or corrode, and say. Another area that is prone to corrosion is the barrel. Obviously, that's why it's chrome lined on this AK, but that will not, let me tell you, that will not save you from the corrosive salts. That will just delay the inevitable. Next thing you want to do to disassemble or field strip an AK, we're not doing a complete disassembly, we're doing a quick field strip. This lever over here, pull it upwards. Again, if your AK is new, this might be more difficult to do. Then in this position, pull, actually I'm not sure what this is called in English, upper hand guard of the AK. Pretty simple to remove. This is also something that is prone to corrosion from the inside because the piston is in here. The gases are blasted through the barrel, through this gas block into this area, and so some corrosion, some corrosive salts can happen to get onto the inside of this area, although that's not quite critical because, well, this won't really affect performance that much. The last thing you might want to do to field strip an AK is this little lever over here. Just flip it forwards, and then one thing we forgot to remove the cleaning rod. So depending on the AK and also the muzzle device that you have installed, this might be more or less difficult. In my case, because we have the slant muzzle brake right now, and I'll make a video in the future saying why this might actually be quite a lot more superior than many other types of muzzle brakes or flash hiders for an AK. And then pretty simple over here. What you have to do is pull on this here, and okay, sorry, that was not quite understandable. You flip this lever over here forwards, then after, of course, removing the cleaning rod, you pull on this cover, on this plate, you pull towards the muzzle end of the firearm, and then you pull on the lower hand guard, pull downwards and then forwards, and you have it released. The manual of arms of an AK would tell you that part of field stripping is removing the muzzle device. It's not that difficult of a process, especially if you have the slant muzzle brake. All you have to do is push down. You can do it with your finger. Push down on this button over here and then rotate, and yeah, just screw it off. That's about it. I'm not going to do it here. That will take quite a bit of time. And this is a field stripped AK. So to put it back together, you take the lower handguard, you insert it exactly the same way as we disassembled it. Then you put this back, flip the lever back. The upper handguard, put that back into place. Lever, flip it downward, make sure it snatches into its little slot over here. Take your cleaning rod, put it back in. This can be, depending on the model of the AK, this can be more or less difficult. In my case, sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not that difficult. Next thing you want to do, the bolt, put that back into place, spin just like on an M1 carbine, if you happen to have experience with that. Put this entire assembly back. From the rear, make sure it pops into its place, because if you just insert and go push it forwards, it's going to get stuck, especially if you apply too much force. So make sure it locks into place, then push it forward, put the recoil spring back. There you go. Dust cover. The trickiest part, if you're not used to this, make sure the dust cover goes into these little slots over here, and then keep holding it while pushing down. You can also hit it. Okay, this wasn't as cool as I wanted it to be, but let's do it once more. There you go. Now it's cool. Yeah, now it works. Function check, rack it, shoot, rack, shoot, reset, works, safety. The safety works, obviously, and that's about it. Put the magazine back in. A little tip on the magazines: when putting the magazine back in, or putting in any AK magazine, make sure to, just like in CS:GO or any Counter-Strike game, go first insert it like you would with an AR mag, so like this, and then lock it in place. Why is that the case? Because if you don't have enough pressure, if you don't insert it far enough here at the front, if you go not deep enough and then you also lock it, let me see if I can get that done with a 10 round mag, and then you lock it, okay, well the KCI mags are kind of immune to that. Oh no, there we go. This will happen. And this is catastrophic if you are in a dire situation. Let's say if you're in a competition, I don't know why you would compete with an AK, but yeah, you'd have to take it out and then reinsert it the proper way. And yeah, here we go. That was field stripping an AK. Probably a little longer than I wanted to make this video, but yeah, I hope you got some useful information out of it. Thank you everyone for watching, and leave a like. Bye bye.